Ria had always been a kind and hardworking girl. She loved helping people and believed in spreading positivity wherever she went. But life wasn't always easy. She often found herself surrounded by people who drained her energy, made her feel small, or tried to control her. These people made her doubt herself, leaving her feeling exhausted and unhappy. One day, Ria decided that she had had enough. She wanted to learn how to handle these toxic people without letting them affect her peace of mind. And so, her journey of self-growth and strength began. Recognizing the toxicity. The first step in Ria's journey was recognizing toxic people. She started noticing the different ways people made her feel uncomfortable. There was Sneha, her so-called best friend, who always made fun of her dreams and never supported her. Then there was her colleague, Arjun, who constantly criticized her work, no matter how hard she tried. Even in her own family, her cousin Rohan always belittled her achievements and made her feel unworthy. At first, Ria thought maybe she was overthinking. But as she observed closely, she realized these people never made her feel happy. Instead, they always found ways to make her doubt herself. That's when she understood, some people were simply toxic, and no matter what she did, she could never change them. Setting boundaries. Ria decided that if she couldn't change them, she would change the way she responded to them. She learned the power of setting boundaries. The next time Sneha made a sarcastic comment about her dreams, Ria smiled and said, "I appreciate your opinion, but I believe in myself. Let's talk about something else." Sneha was shocked. She wasn't used to Ria standing up for herself. Over time, Ria started distancing herself from Sneha, and soon, she felt much lighter and happier. At work, when Arjun tried to criticize her in front of others, Ria responded calmly, "I'm always open to feedback, but if you have suggestions, please share them respectfully." Arjun didn't expect this response, and he slowly reduced his unnecessary criticism. Even with Rohan, when he tried to make her feel small, she simply said, "I'm proud of my achievements, and I don't need validation from others." That one sentence made Rohan realize that his words no longer had power over her. One of the biggest lessons Ria learned was emotional detachment. Toxic people often feed on emotional reactions. They enjoy making others upset because it gives them a sense of power. Ria decided she would no longer give them that satisfaction. Whenever someone tried to hurt her with words, she took a deep breath and reminded herself, "Their words reflect who they are, not who I am." Instead of reacting in anger or sadness, she responded with indifference. Over time, the toxic people in her life realized they could no longer control her emotions, and they started losing interest in bothering her. Surrounding herself with positivity. Ria knew that dealing with toxic people wasn't just about avoiding them, it was also about surrounding herself with positive, uplifting people. She started spending more time with friends who genuinely cared about her. She joined a book club where people encouraged and supported each other. At work, she connected with colleagues who inspired her instead of dragging her down. Slowly, she started feeling happier and more confident. The negative voices that once surrounded her were now replaced with positivity and encouragement. Focusing on self-growth. Instead of worrying about what toxic people said or did, Ria focused on improving herself. She took online courses to improve her skills, read books on personal development, and started practicing meditation to stay calm and focused. She also started journaling her thoughts, writing down positive affirmations every day. This simple habit helped her build self-confidence and reminded her of her worth. Letting go without guilt. One of the hardest things Ria had to do was let go of people she once cared about. Sneha had been her friend for years, but their friendship was toxic. Arjun was a colleague, but his negativity affected her work. Even Rohan was family, but his constant belittling drained her energy. Ria realized that it was okay to let go. She understood that just because someone had been in her life for a long time didn't mean they had to stay forever. She learned that her peace of mind was more important than holding on to relationships that brought her down. At first, she felt guilty. But with time, she understood that letting go wasn't selfish, it was necessary for her own well-being. Months passed, and Ria felt a significant change in herself. She was no longer the girl who allowed toxic people to control her emotions. She had become strong, confident, and at peace. One day, Sneha tried to come back into her life, pretending nothing had happened. But Ria simply smiled and wished her well from a distance. She no longer needed approval from people who didn't value her. At work, Arjun had stopped bothering her. He realized that his negativity no longer affected Ria, and he moved on to someone else. Even Rohan had changed. He saw the new, confident Ria and knew he couldn't manipulate her anymore. Ria had won, not by fighting toxic people, but by refusing to let them affect her. She had learned to protect her energy, set boundaries, and choose happiness. A life of strength and positivity. Ria's story is a reminder that toxic people exist everywhere, but they don't have to control our lives. By recognizing toxicity, setting boundaries, practicing emotional detachment, surrounding ourselves with positive people, and focusing on self-growth, we can protect our peace and happiness. Ria's journey wasn't easy, but it was worth it. She became a person who knew her worth and refused to let negativity define her. And as she walked forward in life, she carried one important lesson with her. You cannot control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond. Choose yourself, always.